Hey guys, this is Dave from my Vanguard here with the Cardfight discussion video. As you see in the topic, it's Meta versus Rogue. Of course, this is a little different. This is going to be about our management with money. So as you know, a lot of decks has been getting released, especially in November for English meta. It's going to be Fighters Collection, like 3 trial decks, and then right after it's going to be set 16E. I guess E for extra. So between the 2 months, we're going to be spending a lot of money. If you guys are planning to make a lot of decks, then that's where all your money is going. Especially if you do play like extra games like maybe Buddy Fight, Whites, and all this other games. You'll be spending more money on those and this and that, and then of course you have to pay for taxes and you have to go shopping. If you have a girlfriend, you have to spend money on her, and blah 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 blah. Like, your money is going to be going here and there, and you only have a limit of money that you make. So it's getting harder to manage these decks. So it's a point where we have to decide, are we going to stay with competitive decks, so the meta, or are we going to go with decks that are lower tier, so I guess aka rogue decks. Me myself, I do play a little bit of mix of lower tier decks and then a little bit of mix of high tier decks. At the time when Revengers first came out, I've been playing Revengers until Drag Ruler, because it was pretty fun. And then of course I also picked up in the next set Nubatamas, which was one of my favorite lower tier decks I really enjoyed playing. So now I have a point where I should decide, should I go with competitive decks? Well, of course this is not competitive anymore, but or should I go with lower tier decks I enjoy playing? Of course I enjoy playing this deck more than this. Of course, tournament result wise, I mean, these lower tier decks are really hard to keep up with these really high tier decks, such as, I mean, if I have a matchup with Nouvelle, Glandios, I mean, decks like this are obviously going to be overpowered. But if I play higher tier decks, let's say I played Kageros or Nouvelle against another Nouvelle deck, at least I have a little bit of more possibility of topping tournaments. Alright, so I am actually going to go a little deeper into this topic. So as you know, meta, aka higher tier decks, are good because they top tournaments or local tournaments more consistently. And of course, they get a lot of good support, such as, you know, I mean, Kageros, they've been getting support since set 1 to set 17. They've been getting support consistently, and then they've been getting extra boosters, everything just to keep up their tier. Of course, I mean, next to Kageros, I mean, Shadow Paladins, Link Jokers, all these maybe a little upper tier decks have been getting good support. And then of course, I think there are flaws to those. Of course, since they're getting more support every time, you will be spending more money on these higher tier decks. And then of course, the cards, I mean, the value of the cards in those higher tier decks will obviously go up. So basically, you'll be spending more money on the higher tier decks. But the best thing is you'll be topping tournaments consistently with these top tier decks. And then of course, I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion alone, meta decks are a little boring at the time because, as you know, higher tier decks are supposed to be more consistent. So, such as, for me, Kageros were really boring. Same with Link Jokers, Revengers. Well, I guess Drag Ruler was kind of out of the topic, but all these higher tier decks were really boring. They just kind of play consistently, beating down their opponents with the same effect over and over and over and over. So you will probably be bored with these higher tier decks really quick. And then of course, lower tier decks such as Nubatamas, Great Nature, and whatever you guys enjoy playing have goods and bads also. I guess I'll go with the goods first. These decks will cost less, so you won't have to spend too much money on these. And then of course it's really fun to play all these lower tier decks because they, you know, it's something that aren't the same. Like Pale Moons, you know, they're not really higher tier, but you know, they do all these crazy stuff. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. And then Dark Irregulars, it's fun because you want to make that power boost and make your Vanguard, like your Vanguard and your rear guards hitting for 50 something columns. Spike Brothers, they get to rush you with like 120 columns total with their restanding, putting back. I mean, I think these lower tier decks are more fun to play. And then of course, since you're getting cheaper decks, let's say a meta deck will cost you like $200, while these meta decks only cost you like $50 to $60. So you can probably pick up 3 of these lower tier decks in trade of higher tier decks. So it's really cheap, so you can pick up more decks and you'll have more variety of the decks. And then of course there are some flaws. You won't be topping tournaments consistently comparing to these meta decks. And then of course you get less support than these meta cards or meta clans, because in the company's case they want to support the good clans and raise up the money and the card value. So those are some goods and bads on each side I've seen. Of course, there could be a little debate on this topic. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys all have your opinions, but this video is just about what I think about the current state. So of course, some of you guys are gonna like, alright, I'll just make both. I'll make meta and the decks I like to play. And then some people are like, whatever, I don't play in tournaments that much anyways, and then I'm pretty sure my skills will back it up so I can at least get into my top 8, top 4 in local tournaments. And of course, I've seen that happen a lot. I mean, Nubatama is going top 8. I mean, it's something that I've seen in tournament scenes, and then people will bring out these crazy stupid decks that they have created, like crazy diamond decks, and they'll top sometimes. And then I think at the time, the reverse time in Japan, reverse Lukier topped in nationals. So I mean, there are some situations like that. You know, Nova Grapplers at the time, B.2 topped in Toronto regionals. I mean, there's some situations like that, but I'm pretty sure they won't top consistently. And then I'm pretty sure some people were like, alright, that's cool, I'll play meta and I'll enjoy beating people down, and I'll just borrow these lower tier decks for people and maybe play in some tournaments. Well, yes, I think those are all good opinions that you have, but I'm pretty sure you can just borrow decks that you want to play. But here's the thing. Not all people would lend you decks, and I'm pretty sure there's a situation where they have only maybe 1 or 2 decks and they can't lend you decks, and you just can't borrow decks that you want to play later on. Of course, this topic's not about borrowing decks or anything. It's just decks that you can own with your money management. So, of course, in my opinion, honestly, I mean, of course I do buy more decks because I don't do anything that much out of Vanguard. Of course, I do a little bit of Buddy Fight, but out of that, I don't have too much hobbies I do. So, in my case, I can spend a little more on card games than average people can. But some people have more hobbies than I do. They like to go, maybe they like to play sports, they play video games. I mean, video games get released also, so you'll be spending money on video games and card games. So it's going to be harder to spend more on card games while you're spending on video games. And then, of course, like, there's a lot of people that just like to do other things. Maybe they have a girlfriend. I mean, of course, I don't have a girlfriend, so I don't have to spend money on my girlfriend I don't have. So it's easier for me to spend more money on the card games. But for people that have maybe they're in a relationship, they have to spend at least a little bit on their relationship partner because, you know, they want to go have dates and stuff. You know, they spend money. I mean, they're spending more money. So I guess it's different for every people, but I can just say that it's really the decks that you want to play that makes you have fun while you're playing the game. I mean, it's all good that you can play competitively with the meta decks. I'm pretty sure some people enjoy playing meta decks. Like Gabriel's case, Domino Paris loves Kageros. Of course, Juan Mango loves Kageros too. And it's a meta deck. I mean, it's not their fault they picked the meta deck to play. I mean, they just enjoyed the deck. I mean, in my case, I loved Revengers. Even if they're not meta now, but while they're meta, I enjoyed it. While they're not, I enjoyed it. I mean, I love the deck. I think it's really your opinion what you like to play. I mean, it doesn't have to be other people's opinion. Oh, he's playing meta. Oh, you know, he just wants to win. I mean, he doesn't have fun. No. People have fun with their decks. I mean, that's why they spend money on it, is what I can say. I mean, and then I see people that are like really good players go, oh, you play Grand Blues, that's why you suck. No, I mean, I guess you guys have a point when you say that, but I mean, like in my case, I can play Nubatamas and I can still hold my own pretty well. I'm pretty sure those people that love their decks can play their decks in tournaments and put up their own game as well. Meta or not, I think of course I said in my other video, Meta versus Rogue, I think it's really the deck that you love to play that really matters, meta or not. I mean, if the deck's meta, I mean, whatever, if you enjoy it, that's fine. I mean, if you enjoy beating people, that's why you play meta, that's also fine. If you enjoyed the game, I think that really just matters. And all I can say is, spend decks that you are sure that you will keep. I mean, I had the issue where I just sold out the decks because I got bored of it. I couldn't find the right decks to play until now. So, I hope you guys don't be like me, spending just money on decks that you're not going to play in the future. I just hope that you guys can spend money on decks that you can really keep and enjoy. I'm not sure if that was a good video or not from me, because I think I did a similar topic. I'm pretty sure I did a similar topic to this before, but I did make this video because I know that a lot of sets have been released and people were like, oh, I can't spend money, I'm not going to play Vanguard, I quit. I mean, I can't say that's the case anymore. It's just more of the fact that we just need to be smarter with our purchases on our decks and, you know, our hobbies. Alright, so make sure you guys just comment, rate, subscribe down below, subscribe up there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was just a topic I had in my head. I had a different topic I was going to mix with it, but it would have got too big. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you guys comment your opinions about my topic. And then of course, if you have better ideas or better solutions to my video, make sure you guys comment down below. And make sure you guys join my Facebook page. Of course, if you go on the search and search I Am Vanguard, it will be there. And give me your opinions on there as well. I will be making more decks in the future. Of course, I've been spending a little less on decks because of the economy issues, the job, and then, you know, taxes and all that crazy stuff. But hopefully I'll be spending more decks. Of course, in November, there's a new clan coming out in Japan, of course. Spoilers for those of you guys that didn't know. I'll be making more decks in the future. So will Daniel. He'll be playing more decks. I'll be playing more Vanguard, more Buddy Fight. Something that's Bushiroad related, hopefully. But like always, all I can say is imagine the victory. I am Vanguard. Make sure you guys watch one of my previous videos on the left and the right. And of course, subscribe to I Am Vanguard. Thanks for watching, guys.